Alright, so today I'm working on several Game Boy games, a bunch of Pokemon ones. In fact, they're all Pokemon games. Got a bunch here. In fact, I've got 7 Game Boy, regular Game Boy Pokemon games to do, and then 2 Game Boy Color, which are these ones, the silver, I believe. Crystal version, sorry. Got 2 of those to do. Those are the Game Boy Colors, and then I got 3 of these to do. So in total, 9 Game Boy games. 2 of those being the Color, like I said, and a couple of the Game Boy Advance, Emerald, and Sapphire versions to do. They all needing new save batteries put into them. The games work, they're just not saving anymore. So that's what we're going to be doing today. Alright, my soldering gun's already nice and heated up. And I'm not going to go through every single one of these games because, yeah, that would take forever. But go ahead and do a couple of them here on the video. And add a little bit of flux here. And let's see, get started. Now I could have just heated these up and then just removed the battery real quick or whatever, but I'm going to actually remove this old solder. And then apply new once I put the battery on. That one's almost up. That one had a bunch on there. Let's see, it's about ready to come off. And lift that leg up. Alright, that leg's already up. And that one's moved. Moved up just a little bit more. Alright, old battery is gone. Let's go ahead and take that one to the side. No good anymore. And let's go ahead and apply the new one here. When you take these off, you just make sure you put them right back on the way the old ones were. That one's on. Alright, now let's add some new solder. First one is on. All right. That's going to be it for the first one, as you can see. And that one is now installed. Alright, so I'll go ahead and figure I'd go ahead and show you guys that the new battery indeed is now allowing the game to save, as this is the one that I just did. I haven't fully put it back together yet. So I just wanted to make sure everything, I still got to clean that up in there too. And I figured why not go ahead and just show you guys this one. So I already plugged it in and saved just a real quick little stuff. I am still working on this Game Boy as well. The speaker's not working in it, so I'm going to be replacing a couple of things on that. But anyways, and that's why I'm using this, because I don't have the power button installed back in yet. But I know it'd be hard to see. I'm trying to do it here so you guys can see it. Go ahead and hit that start button. Start button. And hold on. Continue. Yeah, there we go. Continue. Oh. It says player D. Of course, that's my nickname, D. But anyways, yeah. So one down, a bunch more to go. All right, so let's go ahead and just do the next one up. Same one, same version, I should say, crystal version, as the customer had 2 of them. Let's go ahead and, you gotta have a special security tool to get these open as well. Let's go ahead and get this open real quick. And this time around, I'm going to show you guys another method of doing these, although I don't really prefer to do it that way. I like to actually get the old solder off. But there is another way of doing it as well. Go ahead and put a little bit of flux down. Battery as well, ready. But yeah, this is another method. Instead of using soldering wick, or desoldering wick I should say, and get it all off there. There is another way of some people I've seen do it or whatever, but I'm not really a fan of doing it that way. Again, like I like to get the old off. But here's another method if you're just trying to hurry and get it off of there, and just need to heat that up a little bit. You can see it just popped right up. And bam, that one's off. And just push it down. And that one's on. And that one's on. And let's go ahead and just add a little bit more solder here just to make sure it's nice and good. Here, we'll just add a little bit of new solder to it, and voila, that one's good. Put that down. And as you can see, that one's all nice and neat. And before you put that up, some people would just be like, all right, that's good. Let's just keep it like that. I always, and you should always, make sure you clean that flux off. It's not going to actually like necessarily cause like a real big issue, but it could cause corrosion down the line. So make sure you always clean off that. And never use anything below 91% isopropyl. A lot of people prefer to use around 99%. I typically use 91% and higher. But either way, don't use anything lower than 91% because that contains a lot more water, thus can cause corrosion. And board's nice and neat. Little spot right there. Yeah. A lot of times when you get into these games, or even consoles for that matter, you'll see old flux residue on the boards or on these boards or something like that, and that comes from the factory like that. Again, I don't like leaving that on there. I always get that off, just because, like I said, it can cause a little bit of corrosion down the line. But yeah, let's go ahead and put that back on. I'm not going to go through every single one of these and test them, guys, because I already know it's all ready to go. I will, not on the video at least, I will go in just to make sure. I'm going to give the customer back one if there was an accidentally a bad battery in the new pack or whatever that I have, but most likely I've never had any issue with that. Alright, but that's 2 down. Let's keep going. Let's go ahead and do one of the 3 silver versions. And knock this one out real quick. To get these off, I don't know if you've never done it before. Of course, you gotta have that security bit or tool to get that bit off. And then you just come in the front here, just slide down. You'll hear that pop. And it just pops right off like that. Now this one looks like somebody actually already replaced a battery. Huh. But he's saying that it did not save. So I wonder if there's something else going on with this, or if it's a bad chip. Before I replace that, I'm gonna push pause on this real quick. I'm gonna put this in and see if there actually is a save on here. Well, I guess I could do it while you guys are on here. If not, I don't want to go through the whole process of setting up the character and all that and blah blah blah. And you have you guys having to watch me do that. So let's go ahead and boot it up. Start. Alright, it says new game. So maybe it isn't saving. Let's go ahead and replace that battery and see if there's something else wrong with this board. As it very well could be. Could be one of those chips just gone bad, which would be unfortunate because I don't have any extra boards laying around, especially with these games. Alright. Yeah, and see, somebody was in here before. Obviously, that's not an old battery. That is a new battery. And you can see where if you can zoom in real quick, you can see where they left that old flux sitting on there. Can't stand that. Anyways, let's go ahead and add some new flux. Pop this battery out. Put that battery to the side just in case. I'm not really sure what battery this is. Is it the 2032? What is that? Let's see. No, it's a CR 2025 and it's made by Panasonic. So this should have been a pretty good battery, to be honest. I'm not sure why it wasn't saving, unless I said one of these chips over here are bad. Which that would be unfortunate. Come on, work with me. That one's on. these batteries are supposed to last quite some time, especially if you're using a good one. Good 10, 15 years or more you should get out of the life out of these, to be honest. But we now have that installed, a new battery installed at a mine. And let's go ahead, since I've got you guys here, it may take a little bit of time or whatever. If you want, you can just fast forward through the video. But let's go ahead and put this back on. I'm not going to fully get it all back together. Just enough to be able to put it in, and then we can test this out. See if it will indeed save. Game, yes. Just skip through this, skip through this, skip through this. Yes, just yeah, 2 minutes. There we go. Yes. Skip through this. Again, if you want to skip through this part, totally understandable. I just want to show you guys in real life time. And hopefully like I said, hopefully the chips on this board are good. Because like I said, that was not an old battery. I don't know how old that one is, but it's definitely someone had replaced it before. New name. D. D, are you ready? Yes, come on. All right, hit start, hit save. Would you like to save the game? Yes. Saving, don't turn off the power. It says the game is saved. So let's exit. Turn the game off. Turn it off. Turn it back on. Now, it should have a continue on there. Again, that's if there's nothing wrong with the chips on this this board. And there you go. It says continue. Hit that continue button. And player D. So yeah, I'm not sure when someone replaced that battery, but yeah, this one was bad. And again, it was Panasonic. I'm trying to see the date on it. Oh, this is actually from 2010. Okay, so that makes sense. 13 years old, and it's went through its life. So yeah, throw that in the trash. It's 3 down. Several more to go. Again, I'm not going to go through every single one of these with you guys. It's pretty clear, cut and dry. How easy it is to replace these, especially if you've got all the materials and everything. And like I said, you don't have to go this route. I just prefer to get some new solder on there, but you don't have to do it that way. It's a lot easier and faster. Just always apply flux though. Always applies flux because that helps get it off and back on. It keeps everything where it needs to be a lot easier. But I'm gonna go ahead and do the rest of these off camera and clean this board off. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you've not seen one of these already, make sure you please give the video a thumbs up. And if you're new here, please make sure you subscribe. And I hope this helps you guys out. And like always, game on.